Okay. In today's class, we are going to learn about validation principles. Okay, these validation principles can be performed after completion of a coding for a single unit or single function. Okay, if you write some coding for single task or for single function, okay, then we need to validate that particular code whether it will be working according to a designed task or designed function or not. Okay, to check that one, we need to go for some, we need to go for testing or checking of that particular function. So that's why here we are going for validation principles here. If you see the first one, conduct a code walkthrough when appropriate. So you should walk through the code after completion of that process. After writing of the coding, so you need to check step by step. Okay, whatever the written steps should be, okay, accurately, exactly match it to the function which we need to build to support a project. Suppose here I'm going to build some coding for inbox, email inbox. Okay, so email has inbox option. I think already everyone knows about that. What is the function of inbox? The inbox, okay, it will receive the each and every mail which is sent by anyone. So for that sake, so how to receive those mails? If it is matched to our email ID and where it should be stored those particular mails, and how it will show, okay, read message, unread message, like that. And for each and every received message, it will give some date and time, isn't it? So how it will be shown? If anything is deleted from that inbox, okay, it will be permanently deleted from memory or not. If we want to permanently delete it from our server, what we have to do, which kind of code we need to write there. So like that, each and every small thing you should take care about each and every small task of a inbox. Assume inbox is a one module from email or Gmail. Okay, suppose if you want to create the code for that particular module, so first of all, write a code by remembering the all the things whichever we need to add to that particular inbox. Based on that, should prepare one code. And after completion of that code, you need to validate that code is correct or not. Check step by step again after completion of that code. That is called a walkthrough. Next, coming to the second step, should perform unit test. What you need to do? You should perform unit tests. So what is the unit test here? So for which purpose you have developed that particular code? Okay, so apply some dummy inputs onto that particular code. Okay, to check whether it is working for multiple number of outputs or not, or it is used for, or it is working for only for few functions, few kind of inputs. Okay, like that. So whether it is, suppose in general cases, Gmail or email will accept if you will type capital letters or small letters also, it will accept. Okay, sometimes it's not a case sensitive, that particular what it is, Gmail ID is not a case sensitive one. Okay, so if you will design, that is a case sensitive one. If you will design, that is a case sensitive one. Then if you change the if you change the email ID for upper cases to lower cases, then it's impossible to receive such kind of mails, isn't it? If it is received, you have developed a code, okay, inbox code with case sensitive mail IDs, which means whatever the letters total, whatever the letters you have within that email ID, those should be all in small letters. Suppose whenever you are going to check that one, if you will type all the capital letters or few letters or capital letters in a particular email ID, then you are going to apply into that particular inbox coding, then it will accept that one. Also means what it is, your code is not worked properly, your function is not working properly according to your thinking, right? So that's why here we need to check some dummy inputs. We should validate our code by applying not only one, multiple number of inputs you should apply on that. Check the outputs, okay, if it is giving the correct results or not. If it is not, if it will give for some values, it will give exact I mean correct answers, but some values it won't give correct answers, means your function, when your coding is not correctly executing, it's not giving the accurate results for each and every input. So like that, you should check unit test, right? In general cases also, if we have given one, we have typed one program, suppose checking of palindrome number, write a program to check whether the given number is palindrome or not. That is my program. Palindrome means what it is, 121 number is a palindrome, which means if we'll apply, if we'll reverse that particular number, if we'll reverse that particular number, then also the output of that reversing of that number is also a same. If I have entered the 121, number is 121. If I will apply reverse concept on that 121, also the output of that one is same. If I have given 123, my input, if you will reverse that number, what you will get? 123 means 321. So 123, 321 both are same? No, it's not a palindrome number. Okay, palindrome number means the input and the output should be same after applying the reverse function. In between, you have applied some reverse function on a given number. So after applying a reverse function, it will be the same to a input, given input. Then such kind of number is called a palindrome number. Otherwise, it's not a palindrome. It's not a palindrome. So like that. If suppose I have given 121, you will apply for this reverse function, automatically you will get the answer of 121. Okay. If you will give suppose 500, what is the reverse of 500? 005, isn't it? So 500 and 005 both are equal? No, it's not a palindrome number. So like that, you should check for 121, 123, 500, even for 1000. Okay, and even for 222. So like that, you should apply a multiple inputs on your function. If it will give exact outputs, so then your function is working properly, that particular reverse function is working properly. Okay, suppose I have given 500, it is giving the output is 500 for output is 005, but at the end of the answer, it is given, it is a palindrome number. Would we accept that? No. 005 is not equal to a 500. Both are not equal numbers. But why it has given both are equal and why it is justified that it is a palindrome number like that? Something we have did some mistake in our logic, coding logic. We should identify that. We should identify that. Then again, we need to perform multiple number of inputs. I mean, we need to test, okay, by applying multiple number of inputs on that reverse logic, then compare both of input and output, same, both are equal, then you will tell it is a palindrome number. If it is both are not equal, non, it's not a palindrome number, like that your justification will be given, isn't it? In such a cases, you need to apply unit test. In last word, it's a refactor the code. If it is not working properly for your concept, what you have to do there? You should change the code. You should rebuild the code again, isn't it? So like that, you need to validate your code. So these are the coding principles here. If we'll move to the next slide, we have some testing principles. Now we are going to learn about a testing principles. What are the testing principles? So first principle is all tests should be traceable to customer requirements. So whatever the testing you are going to perform on a particular modules or functions, so those will be, okay, related to or near to a customer requirements. So all tests, these should be worked based on a customer requirements. Next, second point, tests should be planned long before testing begins. So before going to test something, you should plan for that testing. Now, which kind of testing I am going to I need to perform on this particular function? Okay, how to check this one in different angles? Okay, like that you need to plan, okay, a particular test. So there are different kinds of testings need to perform on each and every module. Okay, there they would perform different kind of operations. So based on the different kinds of operation, nature of that particular operation, so you need to change your testing, okay, parameters also, which means if you have written code for taking a number data, so it will accept only the numbers. So suppose if you have written one program that is only accept the string data, so then in such a cases you need to give only string kind of input, don't give the numbers data, isn't it? So based on the function, okay, based on the necessity of that particular function, you should written some code, okay, based on the code what you have written, okay, according to that code only you should give the input. Suppose you have declared the integer values in your program, but while giving the input, if you type the characters, means it will allow, it will allow us? No, it can't allow us, it won't allow us. If suppose one program we have written for string kind of data, which means characters or string kind of data, if you will type some numbers, I mean string, it's a string means which means character means it will take, but it won't perform any kind of calculations on by using that string data, isn't it? So like that. So you need to check which program written for which purpose. Based on that program itself, you need to get ready a test cases. Test cases may include the inputs of a particular program. Okay, supplying data to your program. So what is the input of your program? Previously I told you now, if you want to check a palindrome number means first you need to give one number. 121 is the first input. Okay, by applying that input to your program, then it is okay, pass it through that particular reversing function, then it will give one kind of output, isn't it? So here 121 is called one input here. So like that each and everywhere. So program. All right. So programs, always the program should expect input. Based on that input, it will give some kind of result. Okay, not only that program, whatever the work we are giving, suppose we are securing our phone by putting some pin numbers. So what is that pin number? If you will provide correct number, then only your phone will be opened. Otherwise, you can't open your mobile, isn't it? So that is here the pin number is your input. So according to the given input, what the action the phone is performed, it is open the screen. It will allow you to work with that particular phone, isn't it? So like that. So the inputs may be a different. Okay, different input. You are going to try different inputs while performing validation or some testing your function, project function, right? So which kind of inputs we need to supply for that particular phone or particular function? Like that you need to think, you need to plan for that. Get ready with your inputs to test. Next, third one is the Pareto principle applies to software testing, which means it's one kind of principle. Okay, Pareto. So this principle means here by doing, which means less kind of effort on that particular task, you will get the more effort. I mean, the more result. By applying less effort on something, through that you should get more result. Then such kind of tests you should apply on your project, right? Coming to the fourth one, testing should begin in the small and progress towards testing in large. So whatever the test you are going to perform, first of all you need to start from a smallest module. Okay, from last small module or a program. From that onwards you need to uh, come one by one, you need to execute one by one, and at the end of the project you need to check overall the project, like that. Okay, if we'll take the same our email project, in that email project there are different modules are there: inbox, outbox, delete, draft, delete, trash, like that. Many options are available in our email box. So there, if you want to test that particular overall email project, first of all you need to check the, okay, smallest module. Suppose, assume, okay, trash is a smallest, which means trash is used like a recycle bin. Whatever the deleted things will be there in our Gmail, that will be stored into a trash, isn't it? It will be act like a what, recycle bin. Okay, if assume that the trash is a smallest function in your project, email project, then you should start testing from that particular what trash function onwards, or trash module onwards. Then next bigger one, like that. You should check each and every module, then at the end overall the project. Like that you should perform a testing with your project. Next, exhaustive testing is not possible, which means what it means exhaustive, it's like a complex kind of testing, which means at a time you need to check. If you check for, if you have written 500 lines of program, 500 lines of program, so if you will get error, so suppose if it is knowing error, which means you can find easily where we have given what typed mistake or something. Sometimes it may be a logic mistake. How do we find in which part of this particular program you will get this kind of error? Like this, to identify in such a cases, it's too difficult. Okay, it's some little bit exhaustive in nature, some complex thing. So by to avoid that one only, we need to perform what a unit wise test, which means a small component, not components, small modules testing, isn't it? So these are the few testing principles or testing rules. And if we'll move to the next slide, it has some deployment rules, deployment principles here. So deployment means after completion of the overall project, coding and testing of that project. In testing also, your project is what gone through the testing steps. Okay, so then you are going to hand over that project to a customer. Okay, after completion of testing of overall project, okay, then you should submit a project to your client or customer. So that is called deployment. At that stage, whatever the principle we should follow. See the first one, customer expectations for the software must be changed, which means each and every time the customer expectations should be changed. Sorry, customer expectations for the software must be managed, not changed, which means, so he is he is asking for something in starting stages. If we developed some project based on that requirements, he may change his expectation, which means he may increase that expectation. So it is in, suppose, implement stage, or if suppose it is in starting stages, we should accept that changes also, and we should develop for that one particular um, changes also. So later, before going to hand over the project also, he may ask for something. Okay, why are you add more, why are we add, I mean, is it possible to add more number of functions to this particular project or not, like that he may be asked in such a cases. Okay, so at that time you should ready to manage that things. Okay, like you should convince him in a gentle manner, should convince him in a gentle manner. So sir, we have already worked according to your what requirements itself. First of all, you have given only few things to us, but later you have added many things. Then also we have worked i mean we have considered those particular things also. Okay, so this much of time it's taken, this much of cost you have bared up. So again, changing of this one means it may be some what it will take more number of days to complete, or it's a little bit expensive one. So like that you should convince the customer or client in a liable way. So that is the, you should remember this point while giving the project to a, handovering the project to a customer. Clear? And second one, complete delivery package should be assembled and tested. So whatever the package we are going to deliver, we are going to deliver to that particular person. Okay, you need to gather at one place and you should test all the things and you need to hand over to him. So don't miss out a small thing or small point before going to give a, which means if we purchased one phone, if we ordered one phone from online, so he need to check whether with the phone he put some earphones or with some charger or some extra additional device related to that phone or not. So keep one place and he need to check all the things. Then he should pack everything and deliver to the customer. So like that also, before going to deliver this particular project to a customer, we need to keep all the things one place, check thoroughly. Then later we should hand over to that particular, hand over to a customer. Okay, that is the second point. If you will see the third one, support regme must be established before the software is delivered, which means suppose how to use this particular project, you need to give clear instructions. Suppose after purchasing a phone, I don't know how to use phone, so I need small instructions related to how to open a phone, how to switch on the phone, where is the button you have. Okay, and after switch on the phone, immediately you should suppose if it is you should charge your phone for for 2 hours or for one day completely. So like that you need to give some instructions based based on that particular project, related to that particular project, how to handle that project, how to open and how to close, and how to work with each and every option related to that particular project. Okay, you need to provide some accurate information. If the problems rise, that is total overall project problems, or it is what human made problems, which means whoever the client used that particular project, he don't know how to use that particular one exactly in starting stages, then he may get some kind of errors in that situation. What he should do, how to handle such kind of errors, like that also you should provide some materials, guides, okay, to users. Okay, suppose one customer don't know about how to open email. So in such a case, we need to guide him. If you want to open your email account like this, you need to enter your login credential at this place. Then your account will be opened. After that, suppose if you want to send a message to our friends or somebody, then click on compose button. There, after clicking on the compose button, you need to type your friend email ID at the place of email ID. I mean, after clicking on the compose button, you will get one small, it's some small panel will be opened. Onto that panel, you need to type first email ID, then the subject, and if you have some text to type, you can type the text there itself, or otherwise attach what photos or documents or something, then click on send button. Before doing this total process, you need to check whether your system has internet connection or not, your internet is working or not. Suppose he is following all the instructions, but his system doesn't his system doesn't connect with the internet. So number of times he tried to send a message to his friends, he was failed to send that message. He don't know why, because okay, at that time one message will be, okay, check your network, check your network, it will give some instructions like that, isn't it? Check your internet connection or something like that. If we will understand that one, automatically will go and check for a internet. If he don't know such kind of what things, the client don't know such kind of things, means what he's asked. I'm trying to do means I mean trying to send one mail to my friend, but I'm unable to send like that. He may feel in such a cases. For that one, to overcome such kind of problems which is made by a customer or end user, you need to prepare some guidelines towards that particular project. How to use that project. Okay. So if suppose some kind of errors will be occurred, what you need to do there? Like that, you should provide everything. If any kind of errors will come with your software, so how the project will be protect itself. Okay, some bugs, some errors will occur while using with that particular project. How to overcome or how to handle those kind of errors. So like that, each and everything we should teach, or we should learn to that particular we should teach that particular customer. And also we'll give some and handbooks, okay, instructions. So then like that you should follow. If you are going to purchase a phone or some TV or something electronic gadgets, they should provide one handbook, how to use that particular electronic gadget, and what are the things will be available into that. So how to open that, how some gadgets, and if some kind of errors will occur, how to handle those kind of errors too. So like that we'll get some small book. I think in everybody's home you have small gadgets, either phone or TV or something, ACs, some fans or somebody. Each and every person, each and every gadget, with that gadget, you will get one book. Instructions to usage, instructions to overcome the problems. Okay, basic universal problems which is faced by that particular gadget. Clear? Like that, we should get ready our project before going to deliver to a customer. Clear? So these are the three principles. Now I'm going to stop the